Hi, and welcome to My Story with CareCredit. We all have stories, but what makes these stories unique is that they are about people who are able to get life-changing treatment, procedures, or medical care for themselves, their family, and their pets. All of the people featured on My Story with CareCredit did it with their CareCredit credit card. CareCredit is a leading national healthcare credit card that can enable you to get many of the procedures and treatments you want now and pay over time with everyday promotional financing on purchases of $200 or more. CareCredit is accepted at hundreds of thousands of locations nationwide to pay for care whenever you need and want it. I'm your host, Amy Freena, and joining us today is Amber and her very popular French Bulldog, Manny, who is not only famous on Instagram, but also is a philanthropup. It's been a busy day for Manny, but let's listen as Amber shares their CareCredit story.
Hi, I'm Amber, and this is Manny, and I've been a CareCredit card holder for 6 years. Manny, his personality is fantastic. Always since he was a pup, he's been very human-like. He always wants to be with us. He's very easygoing and very go with the flow. Even when I'm in a crowd, he'd rather me be holding him up so he can see what everyone's talking about than opposed to being on the ground. He obviously likes to wear clothes, and he's super funny, and he's always had such a funny personality, so I think people really resonate with that. I mean, we never really intended to get Manny famous. It was just, let's put his pictures on social media. This would be funny and make it seem like he's writing his own captions. It was just very easy to take pictures and videos of him, and he's always doing something funny. So before we knew it, we had thousands of people loving him as much as we did. Manny's not the only dog. We have 5 dogs at home, so I'm at the vet a lot. But the reason we heard about CareCredit was very early on in Manny's life, he had to go to the vet for just a regular checkup, but they found that he had overgrown gums, which was going to be pretty costly, so we weren't prepared for that. So, with 5 dogs, they go to the doctor more than we do. It could be anywhere from a regular vet visit or an emergency visit, like a cut paw at night or something like that, and CareCredit comes in the clutch in those situations. You might be prepared for, a regular vet visit, but when something comes up like Manny's gums or one of Manny's siblings had mast cell tumors, those things you can't really be, ready for. So that's where CareCredit really comes in handy. Thank you so much to CareCredit for not only keeping Manny healthy, but all my fur babies healthy.
Amber, we're so excited to have you here today.
Thank you.
First and foremost, who is our lovely sleepy friend here?
This is Manny the Frenchie, my little pup.
What kind of dog is he?
He's a French Bulldog, Frenchie for short.
And how old is Manny?
Manny's 9. He just turned 9 February 7th.
Oh, hey, happy belated birthday,
Thank you.
buddy. So how did you first hear about the CareCredit credit card?
So probably in Manny's 2nd or 3rd year, he had to go for a regular checkup to the vet and realize that he has gingival hyperplasia, which is overgrown gums, like inflammation of the gums. And that's something that he'll need to have shaved down every year. So very costly. We thought we were just going in for a regular checkup. So right there at our vet, they suggested CareCredit. Even though we have pet insurance, you could always use that extra boost, especially with something like this.
Absolutely.
And it's something that he'll have to have down, shaved down every couple of years. So CareCredit really helps.
Oh, that's wonderful. So how many times has he had this procedure done?
He's had it twice, and he'll need it again probably by the end of the year.
Really? How does he respond to it?
He's totally fine. He's a great dog at the vet, at the dentist, no problem. The vet says he's not, in any pain. After his surgery, obviously, when you cut your gums, it is a little painful. But, with his pain meds and lots of rest and loving, he's totally fine.
Is he your only pet that you have?
Manny actually has 5 dogs, one of 5. We have 4 Frenchies and a Bulldog Boxer mix.
Really? You have a house full?
We do, a bunch of Bulldogs.
No kids?
No,
we don't
just
have room
Bulldogs.
for those right now.
No, for babies only.
Wow, wonderful. So are they all about the same temperament, same personality?
Well, Manny's Bulldog Boxer mix, his senior sister Layla's 15 now, so she's very chill, but she just still likes to keep them in check, which is adorable. And Manny is pretty sleepy most of the time.
Like right now?
Yes, he's sleeping in my lap
sitting
here.
straight up.
But his siblings can get him riled up. The other 3 definitely will just start gnawing on his little ankle or something, and they'll roll around, and it gets pretty loud in there with a bunch of snorts.
I bet. So what's his favorite thing to do? Is it fetch or?
He loves to be with me. Honestly, that's probably his one favorite thing. He
number
always
one.
wants to be with me. But aside from that, he loves to chew on any type of ball or chew toy and find the squeaky and just squeak it until I can't take it anymore.
Until Mom says, that's enough.
Exactly.
So I heard that he's a travel companion as well.
Yep, he comes with me everywhere. He always has since he was a pup. You know, with his social media stardom, I guess you can say, he is a philanthropist as well, or a philanthrop-pup, I like to call him.
Philanthrop-pup, I love that.
So he has his own foundation, nonprofit.
Okay.
And he visits like hospitals and charities and things like that. So we keep him, you know, giving the smiles to everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Can you elaborate a little bit more about what this Philanthropup does?
Yes. So he has a nonprofit. So we basically try to help whoever we can, whether it be a charity that recently lost their van, per se. So Manny helped them get that so they can continue their mission, because their mission was to get dogs from rural areas and bring them to Chicago and bring them to their rescue and help them get adopted. So with no van, they halted their, you know, mission. So we help them with that. It could be something like visiting a child in a hospital or going to a charity event. You know, he basically just loves everyone and tries to help where he can.
Oh, so how did he get his social media stardom? How did it all start?
Yeah, it wasn't like I was really trying. Back when Manny's Instagram was first made, there wasn't even videos. It was that old.
Right.
So he's one of the original dogs on there,
The
or
OG.
animals. Yeah, so it was just a place to put a bunch of pictures of a dog that what do you do with, it's like a newborn. You have all these photos and, you know, you want to share them. So we just thought maybe it would be funny if he was writing his own captions per se, right? Make it seem like he was actually uploading himself. And that's kind of just where his little personality came from. But he's just so funny, and it's easy to capture things. He likes to sleep in the sink, or he sleeps on his back, or does this Frenchy talking thing. So it's just kind of evolved. People love to see him up to anything, you know, especially the sink pictures. People really like that.
Really? That's so cute.
Yeah, so before we knew it, he was famous.
And then it just happened.
Yeah, completely organically. Just thousand followers came out of nowhere.
Way to go, buddy. What is one thing about Manny that maybe people don't know about him that they've learned from social media? Give us the inside scoop.
You know, some people really don't know that he has siblings. I don't know where they didn't catch that. But yeah, the fact that he has 5 dogs at home, some people don't know that. I mean, I don't know. I pretty much share everything. There's not really anything that that we don't share. He was the ring bearer in our wedding. I never showed photos of that.
Okay.
So that was adorable. But yeah, we're very open and honest and like to share everything.
Awesome. So you mentioned using the CareCredit credit card for his procedures.
Right.
Do you use it for your other pets as well?
We do. I mean, with 5 dogs, you can imagine how often I have to go to the vet just for regular checkups, you know, so we use it for that, or any emergency situation that something might come up, you know, upset stomach or something in the middle of the night. You never know. So it's always like that safety net that, oh, you know, we're covered.
Right. That's such a good feeling,
I know,
too.
definitely.
If you could write a review kind of on your whole CareCredit process with the help that you've received and all the things that you've been through, what would you say?
It's very efficient. They're very helpful. It's very easy to use. If I need to look something up, it really takes me a few minutes. It's not like, oh, I can't find it on the website, or like, you know, you can get someone on the phone and everyone's very knowledgeable. So it's just, I can't recommend it enough for pet owners. You really do need to have it.
If Manny could say one thing to the world about his experience with CareCredit, what would it be?
Well, thank you for keeping him healthy and all of his siblings healthy. Right, Manny? Yes, he says yes.
He says, I need a nap.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you so
Safe
much for having
travels
us.
home.
Say thank you, Manny.
We are so happy Manny is healthy, happy, and an amazing philanthropup. And CareCredit is proud to be a part of his story. Remember, CareCredit is a leading national healthcare credit card that can enable you to get many of the procedures and treatments you want now and pay over time with everyday promotional financing on purchases of $200 or more. CareCredit is accepted at hundreds of thousands of locations nationwide to pay for care whenever you need and want it. If you are interested in applying for a CareCredit credit card or would like to find a provider in your area who accepts CareCredit, visit us at carecredit.com.